Hello, everyone. Hello, how are you all doing? All right, so I'm trying to check my sound. Let me be sure that you guys can hear me okay. That's what I'm trying to do here. So, pardon me. How are you guys doing? That's what I'm trying to all do. Right. So pardon me. How are you guys doing? So, how are you guys doing? How are you today? All right, let me be sure that the sound is checked. That's what I'm doing now. I want to be sure my sound is on. Sorry, guys. On. Hello. Sorry, guys. So, how you guys doing? On. Hello. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, how you guys doing? How is your day going? My sound is checked, and the day is 21st of February 2023. Another beautiful day that the Lord has made, and we shall be glad and rejoice in it. The weather today is a little bit cold. Yeah, it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit. So it doesn't feel so cold, but I tell you, it is cold. Okay. So, how you guys doing? Let me know how you guys are doing in the comment section. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to share so that others can join in the conversation. And don't forget to leave me your comments and contribution in the comment section. How are you doing today? Spice it up with Onwa Dia and my beautiful celebrity YouTuber, Tina Isoha. How are you doing today, my beautiful queens? How are you doing? True Crime with Vanessa. I want to believe the day has been good and kind to all of you. It is still young for me, and most people are already, winding down a little bit. I hope the day has been nothing but kind. How are you all doing? All right. For me, it's a beautiful day that the Lord has made. Though it's cold, however, we are grateful to be alive today to witness another glorious moment. And for my topic today, I'm still talking about Tonto Dike. I spoke about Tonto Dike a few days ago when I talked about messy divorce. Will it ever end? And I kind of did versus Cora Obidi's messy divorce at the time. But guys, is there an end to anything that seems like messy divorce? I'm not sure there is an end right now, but they are taking it legally. They are going now, about to go to court for this discussion. Let me welcome my beautiful Virginia. Thank you for joining me all the way from Netherlands. Thank you for being here. Mountain of Inspiration, thank you for being here. You guys are most welcome. Please don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to share if you can. And to all my Facebook buddies, thank you guys for joining me today. Don't forget to share on your Facebook wall so that we can have a lot of people to join in this conversation. I'm going to do a little backstory. If you're meeting me for the first time, it's yours truly, Oyoyo. Thank you for being here. So Tonto Dike, like I said previously when I talked about her, is a Nigerian actress, and she is also deputy governor's aspirant in the state of Rivers State, Nigeria. And she was married to Churchill, and they divorced 7 years ago. So what happened in their case that each time Tonto Dike's son celebrates birthday, Churchill will want to post a picture of the boy to celebrate the boy too on his social media platform. And it has never gone down well with Tonto because Tonto felt that Churchill has never been a father to the son. So why do you have to come and deceive the world with your celebrating the son on his birthday? A child, you don't ask about his welfare, if he has eaten food in a day, if his school fees is being paid. You have never contributed whatsoever in his well-being, but you want to tell the world that you're a father on his birthday. So they've been going head to head each birthday. It will be war. Each birthday, it will be war. So this year's birthday for the son was no exception. It came with another messy stories. Tonto Dike was, upset on the social media, talking about it. Churchill was responding. I would really say that I was a lot disappointed about Churchill because oftentimes men are not They don't come down with exchange of words like women. But that was what Churchill did this time. Battle of words. Tonto will be saying, Churchill responding, Churchill is saying, Tonto is responding. So it felt very messy for me. That's not a way they should go, because at the end of the day, the best interest they have together is their son. Let me take you back a little bit to remind all of us that hell knows no fury like a woman's scorn. Don't take that word for granted. When a woman is bitter and she hasn't gotten over that bitterness, hasn't healed from it, don't go looking for that woman's trouble. Because as far as she's concerned, she has there is no other thing to lose. And regards to Tonto Dike, Tonto Dike is like, she's shameless. You can't shame her anymore. Before you even say anything about her, she will be the one that will tell you things about her. She's not scared of the social media. She's not afraid of trolls, because she will give it back to you. If you really ask me, she's a queen of controversy. She did a TED Talk Africa a few years ago where she talked about controversy. That for her, when she realized that controversy, whenever her name is mentioned in controversy, come and see traffic on her pages, she realized that's her strength, and she leveraged on that. So Tonto is not someone you threaten with any kind of words on social media and you go scot-free. She will give it back to you more than you expected, more than you began when you were making those comments. All right, I want to welcome all of you today to another beautiful discussion. I have the likes of Estelle Family TV. Thank you for joining me. Gift Onoha. I'm so in love with your name, Gift. Thank you for coming. Maureen Chinon. So thank you for being here. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Fabi, thank you for joining me today. And if you're meeting me for the first time on Facebook, don't forget to follow my Facebook page. Don't forget to like and don't forget to share. All right, Patty Yaba, thank you for being here. Thank you, Maureen, for the thumbs up. I really appreciate. Thank you for that. All right, so this morning, Churchill and his lawyers served Tonto Dike a letter of intent to sue if no correction, is made within 24 hours. They called the letter cease and desist. So let me go to that, and because I love verified information, I don't come here with something that is not there in the public. All right, so let's get back to it. And I'm trying to pull up the letter. All right. So according to the letter written by Churchill's, that's Tonto Dike's ex-husband, Olakunle Churchill's lawyer, it titles it Cease and Desist Letter to Tonto Dike. And they listed a lot of things they were arguing about and what Tonto Dike needs to do. She needs to go back to the public space, retract her words, and then apologize to their client, which is her ex and the ex-wife. Apparently, in the past, Tonto Dike, according to the letter, said that Tonto Dike is claiming to be friends with Churchill's present wife. That's the impression that was there on the public space. That Rosie, who is Churchill's wife, and Tonto Dike were friends before Rosie went behind Tonto Dike to marry her ex-husband. So a lot of things have been said, a lot of back and forth. When I read this letter from the lawyer's office, I was like, what is wrong with these people? Anyway, lawyers want to make money. I won't take that away from them. I don't know how they advise this guy, and the guy bought their idea and think they're going to do this and win this case. I tell you, I'm not the judge. The case has not even started, but I tell you, they're not going to win this one. Flat out, they're not going to win this one. Why am I saying that? Tonto Dike is a very documented human being. She documents her stories. She documents her evidences. She has every one of them. If not, she went back to retrieve the videos she made 7 years ago, reposted them on Instagram, and I tell you, the least view on those videos, the least is over 400,000 views. Least. So she knows how to work on social media. And I tell you, she smiles to the bank with those. All right. So when they wrote this demanding that Tonto Dike should retract all false statements, they said what everything she said on social media about their client is false and she has to retract and also make apologies within 24 hours. I read it and I laughed. Why did I laugh? Tonto is never frightened by lawsuits. If it's somebody who is a shaky daddy, I will tell you, yeah, they will win. But this one, she is ready to go to court. She is ready to fight. She is ready to come out there in the public. She's not ready. She's not going to back down. That is a fact. And before I could say Jack Robinson, Tonto had replied. So I'm going to take you to Tonto's reply on social media. Tonto is a very smart woman. I won't take that away from her. You know, ordinarily, an ordinary person will reply this kind of comment without making it a reel. But Tonto will reply her comments and make them reels. And guess what? If you see the kind of views that she's getting on social media from those reels, you know the lady is up, she's making money. So she replied them this morning by saying, okay, let me read it. Oh, come on. Guys, pardon me. You and the person who wrote that letter are sick in the head. Apologies to who? Deceit from what? You all are jokers. You all are delusional. You get absolutely nothing, and you and 1,000 lawsuits can't do anything. I don't want to use the word she used, okay? My voice, my truth can't be silenced. You are a deadbeat. Let me see this thing because it's on a reel. Okay. You are a deadbeat, woman beater, ritualist, Yahoo boy, scammer. She repeated everything again on her response. That girl. All right. Churchill and a narcissist. Okay, according to a Pat. All right. So guys, thank you guys for joining me. Amazing people. Thank you, YouTube family. Thank you, Facebook family. All of you. I appreciate all of you for coming this morning. Pat said, I don't wish anybody what Tonto is going through. Some men need Holy Ghost flogging. Some men need lawsuits, Holy Ghost flogging word. I'm so happy that Tonto Dike is talking, because, all right. This one now, Wahala, honestly, tomorrow their kids will grow up and see this rubbish. That is where the problem is. The kids will grow up and see the rubbish. Thank you, Evelyn, all of you. Thank you for coming. If you guys recall, a few days ago, one Yoruba actress, I don't know what happened to that lady. She kind of tried to talk, my brother, what my brother is going through, referring to Churchill. That lady, received the greatest basbos of her life from Tonto. That was why everybody, if you are a celebrity in Nigeria or actress, you'll be very careful when it comes to Tonto, because you know what? Ndi Igbo say, let me say it in Igbo dialect. Ndi Igbo na onu, adi adebo onu balaka. You can't come with your words to attack me and expect me to keep quiet, to be silenced. And she said it in her response. You and your 1,000 lawsuits cannot silence me. This is a woman who is ready. And I want to say something here. I think Tonto Dike and her political party, maybe they've already ceded to another political party, supporting another political party if they've realized they're not going to win Rivers State, because she hasn't been campaigning for her election, which is coming up in the next 4 days. Tonto hasn't been campaigning, so maybe they're already backing up another candidate in her state. Because if you really ask me, that would have been where all the energy should be, not at Churchill, because of the election coming on in 5 days. But she hasn't been campaigning, so maybe they've ceded to someone supporting another political party with possibility of that party winning. All right, so Tonto went back to say all those things that the lawyers pointed out in their letter, that she was making false statements about their clients, calling them name, and that has caused their clients mistrust in the public space. All right. So guys, I want to know what your opinion is going to be today. I want to know what you think. This is no longer war of words. This is going to be legal war between Tonto Dike and Olakunle Churchill. I believe I got the name right. Pardon me, let me go back there to make sure I have his name right. Olakunle Churchill. I'm so right on this one. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. Thank you. She's wasting so much energy on irrelevant issues. See, Spice is not irrelevant. Let me just put it out here for people to know. The only thing I'm here to say, if Churchill is actually making, making serious effort to be in the life of the son, then I will see Tonto need to reconsider. But if this guy has been an absent father and has never made effort, according to one of Tonto's video, Tonto's video was saying that the court requested they should bring the child to court so that the father can see the child. Then on the fateful day that they scheduled, that the case was adjourned to, the guy did not show up in court. The guy did not come at all. And the date before, he was in the court professing love for his son and what have you. Then they gave you a date to come and see your son. You never showed up. That doesn't show a man that is seriously interested in having, seeing the son. That is, by the way, and that was done in the court. So she has a legal document to back that up. So let's assume that this man is always coming on social media to pretend to the social media in-laws that he wants to be in the life of his child, but the mother is restricting, which we cannot verify because, first of all, we are not Churchill or Lakunle. Secondly, Tonto Dike's statement is only thing that people are seeing. All right, so let me go back, and what kind of politician is that? You can say that again. I don't want to believe that she's still campaigning. I want to believe that she has ceded to maybe another political party so she can be able to move on. You guys are most welcome today, and I'm going to be reading comments as well before we get back to it. Spicy said she should focus on getting better and moving on. According to Tonto Dike says she has moved on. Okay, but the thing that pains so much, you have never bothered to check on your child. You don't care whether your child was in the hospital in the month of May, June, July. You don't care about what happened in the life of your child, but you're quick to come on social media to celebrate his birthday. Sincerely, I can really, really understand if the guy has not been making effort to be in the life of this boy and coming to celebrate the boy. That is hypocrite in the highest order. That's hypocrisy. If I will cut my tongue. All right. They both have issues, man. I tell you, they both have issues. Yeah, I agree with you. So, guys, my question is, do you guys think that this messy divorce is actually going to end anytime soon? Do you guys think it's going to end anytime soon? Do you guys think that Churchill speaking to his lawyers to initiate a legal action, do you guys think is the best thing in the right direction? I want to know your opinion. Don't let me talk alone. Leave your comment in the comment section for me. And I will as well be doing what? And I will be dropping my link as well. Thank you guys for being here. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Please thumbs up this video for me, okay? That is a way to encourage me to continue to come live here to discuss interesting issues in our society. Like I said, my live streams are always conversational, and at the same time, there is a lesson for everything. There is a lesson. We might be talking about Tonto Dike and Churchill today. After 7 years of divorce, Cora Obidi is still going through her own divorce process and trying to heal because she just finalized divorce. But the thing is, 7 years after, Tonto Dike and Churchill are still dragging the divorce, their divorce issue. So what will happen to others? And if you're a woman or if you're a man that is in a relationship that you're not welcome, you don't have to stay there because of what the society will say or what people are going to say, what your community are going to say. Remember that your well-being and your happiness is paramount to any other thing you can think about. Secondly, if you're ever going to go through divorce, make sure it's not messy. If you think you don't want to do it again as a man, just quietly divorce the woman and move on. Likewise, as a woman, quietly do your divorce, move on. Be civil with each other. There is no point bickering or picking at each other. No, be civil, especially when there is a child in the midst. Remember, internet never forgets. And at the same time, you guys might wake up tomorrow when your child is 14, you delete everything and all of that. But remember, most people have talked about this. Bloggers will not delete their own. Internet, just a search on Google about his or her parents will pop up a lot of things about them. So let's bear that in mind in whatever we are doing that relates to our children. All right. Treasures G's, thank you for coming here. Thank you, my amazing family here on YouTube. Host, we have a lot of single mothers doing so well and ignoring the sperm donors. She has been doing well. It's one boy. She should focus on him alone and not what Churchill says. CM, I understand where you're going, Spice. I really understand where you're going, but the thing is this, if you take glory in what you do, like Tonto does, she celebrates the son, not just like any other parent who celebrates a birthday. She goes over the board. The last time it was by getting a key or certificate from England about a property for the son. This year is naming an estate after the son and buying him land in Abuja. So she likes to like make it over the board, and she wants to take all the glory. So if that man is not in the life of the child, you don't pay tuition fee 7 years, you don't pay daycare fee, you don't pay the hospital checkups and sicknesses, you were never there when those childs are doing that. Then you want to take the glory. Not everybody can take that so easily and walk away. And is it painful? Yeah. Especially when you know that this man is not even bothering lifting a finger about his son, but he wants to celebrate his son. Of course it will pain the person. All right, so let's go. Then he can ask them to stop, or he will take legal action. Yeah. What's his name? Olakunle Churchill is taking legal action, as a matter of fact. So now Tonto Dike, instead of Tonto to be shaking, shivering, oh, they're gonna sue me after 24 hours. Tonto went back to repeat every name she had ever called this guy. She repeated every name she had ever called this guy. A scammer, Yahoo boy, ritualist, woman beater, everything you can think of. She repeated it again, so that if they did not hear it the first time before the letter, let them hear it again after the letter. Like I said, that lady is not somebody that the court or legal system frightens. She's a very smart woman, and she has good lawyers, if you really ask me, because the last time they went to court years back, that was before she granted those interviews to Daddy Freeze and made her video. I think that was 7 years ago. She came with a team of lawyers. And I tell you, her documents are well kept. All right. She likes drama. Yeah. If you're on social media and you're an influencer, most people, drama is what sells for them. Honestly, if you're quiet, you're not relevant. So drama sells, and they understood it better. So that's why they are going through that with that. Betrayal hurt. I understand. Yeah. Betrayal hurt, definitely. I can agree less with you. So guys, I'll be dropping my link now. So if you have anything to add to the conversation today, please don't hesitate to jump in and be on the panel with me today. It's an amazing Tuesday that the Lord has made. Let's have this conversation. Thank you guys for joining me. Mami Riggs, thank you for being here. Tonto is fearless. She knows exactly what she's doing. Yeah, she does. She knows what she's doing. And I tell you, she's not frightened by the court. She's not at all. She's not frightened by the court. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm trying to walk away from my light. Okay, I think it's better now. All right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys think that Churchill writing a letter to sue through his lawyers was a great idea, or do you think he could have toned it down or walked away or pretended that he didn't see all the write up and all the name calling that the ex-wife uh, did? What do you guys think that Churchill would have done? Because if you feel you've been injured in any way by any person, the best thing to do is to go to court. And that's the direction Churchill is going. And that's the best direction to go. But the point is that he was busy initially engaging Tonto with exchange of words. They were going back and forth with word wars. And then before he realized that, no, that's not what I should have done. Now I want to talk to the lawyers. The first thing he would have done after the first statement to make was to get his lawyers to write to this woman, let her stop or meet me in court. That is the way I prefer things to do and things done. If you feel that you've been injured in any way, when I mean injured, not physically injured, maybe by words, batter, or in any way, you seek legal action to get redress. Since her political interests, her page has been so quiet. Now that she's up for Basbos, ha 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 ha. I tell you, I want to believe that her party in River State, maybe they've ceded to someone else to support another person. And that's why Tonto is coming out now to do engage like before, because this is what she knows how to do best. She is a queen of controversy. She's not afraid of controversy. She's not afraid of the legal system. She got that packaged well. And let us not forget, Tonto is a first class graduate from, was it chemical engineering? So she's a very brilliant woman as well. Not only is she beautiful, she's very brilliant. So don't take a brilliant woman for granted, because she's gonna show you that, look, I didn't just go to school to study. I went to school and I excel. All right. She might be fearless, but right now she's lacking common sense. And I need you to tell me, let me know what you mean with that. Honestly, what do you think? Let me explain further. Trending G's. You said she's lacking common sense. Common sense means that she shouldn't have made those comments or those videos or brought out those evidences. Or common sense means that she shouldn't have responded the way she responded today, because her response we had done a few minutes ago. Let me get back to know when she posted that. She posted that, okay, 3 hours ago. That was immediately Churchill wrote and sent the letter. She posted hers. And since that time, she's been doing some kind advertisement for companies. This one, she was advertising for a hair product and coming with that kind of boss, boxing style. And then she's she's not backing up. You can see her page is engaging now, is busy because of the traffic. Her brand people are getting back to business with her since she's back to controversy. So let me know what you guys think, okay? Trending G said, we don't need a deputy governor that want to focus on matters at hand. As far as I'm concerned, Tonto is no longer contesting. That's the way I say it. So it's either they're now supporting another political party, and the moment that was done, she was free to go back to her normal life, because in the real sense, she has never been a politician, okay? If you really ask me. All right, so I think that's what is happening here. Is either the election is in 4 days, so she can't be, campaigning while she's engaging in this kind of situation. So the election is off the way. So this is Tonto, the controversial lady, the queen of controversy, the lady that gave a TED talk about her doing what? Leveraging on controversy, and it has worked for her, is still working for her. All right, so Tonto na content. Yeah, Tonto na content. Honestly, just like Cora Obidi is the content on Facebook, Tonto is anything Cora says or does or however she behaves. People will make content out of it, and they will fabricate stories out of it, depending on the camp you are on, Cora's story. So Tonto is the queen of controversy, and she's a lady that doesn't shy away from it. If you guys are doubting what I'm saying, when someone responded to her, a Yoruba actress, she did not miss words. She called that person names that you don't say in the country where I am. If you say that name, if you call that person a human being in the US that name, they will look at you as a bully, a Karen, and then a very mean girl. Mhm. So Tonto wasn't the lady just was like what my brother Churchill was going to Tonto finish that woman, finish the woman and everything the woman stand for. She finished her without any reservation. So she's not somebody that is shy or afraid of controversy. She's not the likes that will come and say people will DM them, they will say all horrible things, and you come on social media and start crying. Just make the mistake of DMing Tonto Dike that you lady go and sit down. Tonto will post it on her social media, make a video about it, and insult you to the point that you will regret ever using your phone to type your own problem. Tonto is carrying a heavy baggage around, and I can't call that smart. Yeah, you can say she's carrying a heavy baggage around. It's true. You know why? This is going to go on with her for a very long time. Everybody can be cool. Everybody can be calm. There are people that naturally they are calm, and there are people that what that is the way they are. A lot of people will walk out from a failed marriage, failed relationship. You will not hear about. They will even forfeit everything they contributed in the marriage because they want their peace. Everybody cannot be like that. If everybody is like that, that means we are living in heaven. But we are so far we are still on planet Earth. People will differ in behaviors. And because of the way things had been with Tonto Dike, especially the fact that she claimed that it was her money that was used in doing everything. She was covering up. She said things happen, people make mistakes. So she's not willing to back down. And telling her to back down right now is the least thing she wants to talk about. So Churchill coming with a legal document to institute a legal action against Tonto Dike, that is the best thing he did for himself, and he would have done that earlier than now, than engaging in exchange of words with Tonto Dike and then coming back at the later end to seek for legal redress. He would have sought for legal redress from the very first time. All right, let's see if I'm missing another comment here. I don't know much about the current political landscape in Nigeria, but I'm still here. We are not actually talking about current political landscape. No, we are talking about persons here. Tonto Dike is an actress, Nigerian actress. So she and her husband had a messy divorce 7 years ago. And up till now, Tonto hasn't really forgiven. She hasn't really moved on. She's still, at any slightest provocation, she attacks back. Any slightest provocation, she gives it back to whoever that made any comment about her or said anything about her or even commented anything about her. She gives back because she is still there. Just like my Spicy said, she's carrying a heavy baggage around, and you can't call that smart. Yeah, you can't call that smart, and it depends on the angle you're looking at it. If she has all her legal documents saved in a place that is safe, that is being smart, because most people would discard those information, especially when you don't want to hear about that person, when you don't want to see that person. You discard the information you think they are not going to be relevant in the future. We are talking about 7 years ago, but she still has all those documents with her. So I would say that is smart. Remember, people move houses, and as you're moving things, you're missing some of your documents and all of that. So she is smart, saving all her evidence and then keeping them maybe in safe custody because of tomorrow. Who knows? The truth is that the guy messed up. The guy messed up. How did he mess up? By exchanging words with Tonto, or did he mess up by not paying bride price for Tonto? Did he mess up by all the cover up they did together as couple, pretending that he was the one buying gifts and buying this and all of that? They both messed up in that relationship. But when Tonto started crying for DV, domestic abuse and all of that, remember they fought in Ghana. There was a story that even the Nigerian High Commission in Ghana was involved and all of that. The story, if you have been following Tonto and her marriage and her stories, you'll be able to remember most of those things. So I need to know what your point is when you say the guy messed up. So let me know, elaborate on that, let me know. Onyi Asamawa, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. Treasure said, don't like controversy so much. Even after she said she has taken a bow from the issue, she's still talking. Immediately, her ex threatened to sue. She is the queen of controversy. For someone to go on a TED Talk Africa and say, yeah, controversy, the moment she realized that whenever her name is involved in anything controversy, that's when she has the highest following, the highest impression, the highest view, clicks, and what have you. So she leveraged on that. She's an influencer. So yeah, that's more popularity, more money in her bank account. And I mean, she is the queen of controversy. You can say that again. Cheating and lying about it. The cheating and lying about it. You know, the letter they sent today to Tonto, the letter says that Rosie was never Tonto's friend. She was never Tonto's friend. So I don't know if the information we got before that they were friends. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if the letter is saying they were never friends. And the impression we had from Tonto was that Rosie was her friend and she was complaining about their closeness at some point. And then the next thing was them getting married. And when she was complaining, people were calling her names and things like that she was insecure, blah, blah, blah. Then what happened? And Rosie was saying that Churchill was like a brother to her. Eventually, the brother now became husband. Okay. Okay, Spicy said he didn't force her to spend all that money. She wanted a huge marriage. Moreover, he already gave her 10 million. What is the essence of living in the past? See, Spice, the lawyer's letter said the marriage was done with 4 people. So if she's claiming about 20 million or whatever million, there is no such thing that happened. There was no event. It was a parlor. I'm quoting the lawyers, parlor event, parlor marriage with 4 people present. So there is no way you have 4 people present and you'll be spending millions. So they need to verify most of those statements because the letter is saying another thing. The Tonto Dike statement is saying another thing. By seeing him under his wife will be bringing back bad memories. See, trending gist. See, the thing is that oftentimes people don't know when to stop because the moment you realize that my life is important, I want to be appreciated. I cannot continue to live in the past. And I can't control what a human being does. Then it will give you some free will for you to run your race and discover your happiness. For the fact that Churchill and this lady is married, Tonto seeing them is, makes her happy. She needs to move on if that's the case. She needs to move on. And I don't want to believe that could be the case here. Guys, pardon me, I'm beginning to feel cold. So let me get a shawl or put on my heat. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, my heater is on now. We've been wearing sweater, but I decided to wear sleeveless today for some reason. I don't know. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Mommy Oche USA, thank you. Here learning. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you guys for being here. It can be 4 people in that parlor marriage. Yeah, that's what the lawyer says. The Churchill's lawyer said is 4 people. So when you have a traditional marriage of 4 people, tell me how you could have spent 10 million. Is bride price 8 million and then 2 million for drinks for 4 people, for clothing, for wrappers. I don't know if River State marriage is expensive. So I know about MB say that their marriage. Sorry guys, I need to pull up my hair. I know MB say marriage is expensive, but I don't know if that of River State is very expensive. Mel, you can also educate us on that, you and Mommy Oche, because you guys are from River State. So educate us on that, if it's that expensive, so we can know. Tonto is an Ikwere girl. So she's an Ikwere girl. The culture might be similar to that of the Igbos, if I believe, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. I saw the video. I wonder why she's asking for so much. Okay. No host. I can't. It can be 4 people. That's what the lawyer said. That's what the legal document they sent to Tonto, trying to clarify. It was a Palom event, and it was 4 people that were witnesses. So how can 4 people's marriage, or maybe 5 or 6, will result to event that you'll be spending millions of naira? So that I don't know, because we never saw any public marriage by these people. We never saw any public marriage, so I don't know. It is expensive. Okay, their marriage is expensive in River State. Ipere marriage. Okay. She was asking for money to feed her community. Why Churchill asked what was the community contribution? Laugh out loud. Ooh, okay. This case, I followed it 7 years ago. So right now, I really don't have time to start watching Tonto Dike's video all over again. I think I'm way past that right now. There are new things and new voices to learn, to more interesting things. They should figure out how to heal. She's not the first one that divorced. She's not the first woman, and will never be the first woman that is taking care of his or her child. That is a fact. I've seen women that took care of their kids and nobody heard about it. But like I said before, we are all different and we react differently. The way A react is not the way I'm going to react. I'm going to react according to my own understanding, my perspective, and how much pain I feel in the course of the marriage. All right, let's see. Okay. Rivers wrapper are so expensive in the market. Okay, the beads, same thing. Okay, yes, people are different. Okay, so because the bride price is expensive because of the materials that come with it, and then maybe that's why it costs 10 million for the traditional marriage. Is that what you're making me understand, Trending Gist? All right, I do have a special one here. Spice it up with Onwadia. Thank you for jumping in. Thank you for joining. I'm waiting for
Hello, beautiful
my
guys.
2 River State people here, Mommy Oche USA and Trending Gist with Octavia. So please help me elaborate.
Greetings, host and everyone. Sorry again if it's echoing. I'm sorry, I can't help the situation. I hope it's not too bad. Anyways.
No, you're fine.
Okay. So on what I was saying on this, the money Churchill gave to her, she admitted Churchill gave her 10 million, and that was after the wedding when she started requesting for her money. Now they've given you 10 million. Is that not enough at least to cover for the wedding expenses? I don't know. They didn't do church wedding. We only saw traditional wedding, and the traditional wedding wasn't that elaborate. Like, I don't know what she spent money on. Actually, I saw the videos and the pictures of that traditional marriage. I can't say this is an expensive wedding unless she packaged money for some persons, which I don't know. And she probably said one of the uncles, that's a Churchill's uncle, the family gave her 1.7 million. 1.7 million. And she said she paid Churchill's flight from Ghana to Nigeria for the wedding. How much is flight ticket from Ghana to Nigeria? And then she equally said a friend's husband paid for the hotel room they slept in after the wedding. So all this money she's asking for, are they for what? The bride price or for what? There was a place in the chat that she was requesting for money for drinks for the community and for food. And Churchill asked, how much are they contributing? That he doesn't have that kind of money to feed the entire community and buy them drinks. But he will send her something. Okay. Now, the thing that is really confusing me right now is, why is she dragging this whole thing? It's like dragging debt out at a time like this because Churchill wished his son happy birthday. Even if this guy wishes, so I mean, it's not enough reason for her to want to start dragging and saying everything that happened 7 years ago. You chose to, in all the chat I have been reading from Tonto Dike and Churchill, I didn't see a place Churchill forced her, manipulated her, scammed her into paying for all these expenses. She wanted it. In fact, it went as far as she asking him that they should live in Abuja after the wedding, telling him how houses are cheap in Abuja, 45 to 50 million, or they can rent for 4 to 5 million per annum or whatever, and the houses are beautiful and all that. She is the one wanting all these things, not Churchill.
Okay,
Not
let
Churchill.
me come in here. Let me come in here. When she
Okay.
said that Churchill gave 10 million, so the question she was asking, 10 million was not enough to compare to all the money she has spent before the traditional marriage. You understand? So she started recounting everything because she said in all, somebody gave 400, somebody gave 300, it came to 700,000.
No, Churchill gave her 300 and later gave her 400, which makes it 700. That is
700,000.
aside the 10 million
Yeah,
and
so
aside
the 10
1.7
million,
million.
from her own explanation, she was trying to like, okay, you gave me 10 million, and what? Is it enough to compare to the car that I bought for you, to the this that I did, that I did? You know, she started lamenting and talking about it. See, the way I'm looking at this is not just about the money. The thing is that Tonto felt hurt and she has not healed. Okay. Why do I mean she has not healed? If you have truly healed, you would have completely moved on. Whether the man writes to say congratulations to your son, you don't even see it. It will not mean anything
Thank
to you.
you.
So she hasn't
Thank
really,
you.
really healed. And because she hasn't healed, if church light should ever try to gaslight Tonto Dike, Tonto fires on immediately. And also Churchill
But you
himself.
know, when he did that, he didn't attack Tonto Dike. Neither did he say anything bad. He only said beautiful things about his son, even if he hasn't seen that son. Let's
Mhm.
forget it. There are a lot of deadbeats that out there whose mothers don't, I mean, the baby mamas don't give a damn about them, whether they exist or not. They move on, carry on taking care of their children. All
See,
these,
we are not gonna forget about that too. You know why? I want to believe where we want to operate in a very civil society, if I'll put it that way. Welcome, trending G's. I just completely forget. I'm so sorry about that.
oh,
Welcome. Thank you for
welcome,
joining me on
please.
It's okay.
stage.
The gist is hot.
Okay, let me just finish saying something so you can jump in. Why am I saying we can't forget about that? It's because if we keep forgetting, these men will continue to do the same thing and get away with it. They live in a
But like
society
you said,
where
Host, you said everybody cannot be the same. There are still a lot of amazing, responsible fathers, and the few ones that are deadbeat. Come on, if you can forget about them and just move on with your life, you
see
do. We
see
can't
that
all
that's
have
where I'm
responsible
coming
people in
to.
the
Host,
society.
Spicy, that's where I'm coming to. If we keep forgetting about it, it will keep happening in our society. Assuming Churchill and Tonto Dike were to live in the US, Tonto Dike will have nothing to actually do with this man, but the state of wherever they live will have a lot to do with this man. This man cannot make a dime without the state taking the child support money, first of all, before you receive salary. So when we keep allowing, we are enabling our men to keep doing these things and getting away with them. Is it fun for the child? Absolutely no. But is she trying to say something and pass a message? Yes, she is. And the
Host,
time is
remember this same woman threatened she doesn't want anything from him. This same
yeah.
woman said if she doesn't want, if he sent anything, that she's going to destroy it, she's going to burn it down. She doesn't want a dime or anything from him. So what does she want?
Okay, fine.
She
See
said
here.
she doesn't want anything from
See,
Churchill.
I'm not
And
here
on
to
the other hand,
defend.
she's crying.
Spicy, I'm not here to defend Tonto, but what I'm trying to say and the lesson I'm trying to pass here, if you are that man out there thinking because of the war of words between you and your ex, you don't remember your child has tuition to pay. You have failed. If the court had requested that you pay tuition, go and drop that money to the church. The court. The court have beliefs in the court that are earning salary every month that do these errands for people. So we shouldn't encourage deadbeat is because the community, because the country, because our culture let those things slide. Why is the deadbeat not happening in the civilized world? You have a child, you will not take care of your responsibility. The state will allow you, the next thing they will garnish your wage because you defaulted. People should start looking at it from that angle. The way Tonto Dike is going about it, I totally do not like that, because at the end of the day, it's her son that is going to hurt. People are going to laugh at that child. Her schoolmate, his schoolmate, his friends one day will make mockery of him. But the point, if Tonto once is talking about it in terms of holding this man responsible, she should go to the court and get redress. But she's saying, I don't want anything from you.
Let the court order Churchill to do his part as a father. Let the court force Churchill. If it means paying through the court, fine. But you know, Nigerian system is different. No, but you know, as Churchill can take care of his son if Tonto Dike allows him. But Tonto Dike likes trouble. That's the truth. This woman just like controversy. Churchill is not poor. Churchill can take care of this boy. But the truth is Tonto Dike really allowing Churchill to do his part as a father? Let's be sincere. Tonto Dike like wahala. She dey like controversy. She likes dragging things out. So the way she's going about it, if truly she wants Churchill to be responsible, like paying some fees or taking care of some financial bill for the child, Churchill will do that without all this drama. He will do that. Let's allow to let's hear from trending.
Yeah, if not for anything, for the sake of the social media, he will do that to avoid the drama. That is
he will do that. The guy is okay.
But again, another thing I will say here, even if the woman is not letting you, make an effort. You can go to the court and continue to push until you get it. You don't turn your back on your child because the mother is saying no. Likewise, men, you don't turn women. You don't turn your back on your child because they took away your children from you, because the culture says once a woman is divorced, you don't have a right to the children. Just like it is in Igbo land. When you divorce your wife, you take the children. But anyway,
my beautiful host. Okay, so sorry, before I leave, my beautiful host, you know, a lot of our women, once they have issues, they don't like this man, maybe the divorce was bitter and they're angry, they don't let the man get access to the child at all. They deny the man access. Some of them even go as far as lying to the children that their father is gone, you know, has been deleted or all that. They hide it. This is just normal too with a lot of our women. Anyway, Trending, it's good to have you here, Queen.
Trending, what is your opinion?
Spices, I disagree with this comment you just made now, because we know fully well that when it comes to our culture and tradition, men are favored a lot. And if you do your research, you will know that the men do that more than the women does. You hear things like, if you do anything, I'm throwing you out of my house and you're going to live with the only clothes on your body because you came from your father's home with nothing. They're going to threaten you with, you will not see your kids again. It happened in front of us and no damn person said a thing. Probably because Femi Fani Kayode was a politician. He did threaten that woman, took all her children. How dare you? A woman is pregnant for 9 months, and then you threaten the woman, telling her she will not see the kids, and she did not see the kids. Even when the court said bring the kids to a particular park, he refused. The court did nothing. So the men are doing this because they know that women have this attachment. A lot of men don't care. They are just sperm donors. They just put the thing, they pull it out, and that's it. Whether they see their kids, they don't see their kids, nothing. Because they know fully well that our culture and tradition will always bring that child back, because when it's time for you to get married, you need your father there to come receive bride price, as if your mother that trained you is somebody that they brought out from stick. So we know fully well that our tradition and our culture and everything is messed up because they give these men upper hands, and it shouldn't be so. So if a woman is doing this, they deserve it. Okay, Tonto Dike might be a handful, but we know that a lot of men do things like this and they get away with it. So if any woman decide I'm going to do it, kudos to you.
Yeah, they get away with it. That is the fact. That is the fact. Like I said before, guys, yeah, Lilian Otuko, thank you for joining me today. I think I don't know if I've seen you here before. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate. Please don't forget to like this live stream. I definitely agree with the second speaker, Rose. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you. So Rose is agreeing with Trending Jace. Thank you for being here. You just spoke well. Lillian is agreeing with you too. Thank you, guys. All right. See, Spice, if you understand how these things I believe you know a lot in Igbo tradition, because I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria, so I can say that much. Once a woman and a man are no longer together, they will take the children as well. When I mean take the whole children, you can't even drag it, you can't argue it. Just a very few can say the women got the kids, but majority of the men will take their children. And the moment they take the children, you understand, the woman will walk away like you never had kids. If the man is, gracious enough, they will allow you to come and see the children. Most times, those women or mothers go to the school so that they can take a glimpse of their children. Some will even come to the school and leave a standing order with the school. I do not want this woman with a picture to have access to my children. But the thing about Tonto Dike's own is this: if Tonto is complaining about him not being responsible father, not taking care of his son, and always coming to celebrate him, has Tonto made the effort again after that first time they did that in 7 years ago to tell the court that you guys gave this order and this man is not fulfilling it, because the court has the right to summon this guy and charge him for penalties and he can go for it. That part we don't know. This is 7 years past. The divorce happened 7 years ago. So if it was the upkeep of the child that is the question, has Tonto gone back to the court? My lord, you guys gave this standing order, visitation right, the guy doesn't come to visit. Tuition, he is not paying. Upkeep, he's not paying. But I don't want to believe that Tonto ever did any of those again after the first time, because in one of her videos, she said on her statement that if you bring anything here, I'm going to burn it. And why she said that was because of anger. The guy came on social media, posted a toy car, baby cars, the gift he bought for the child. And he came for that particular birthday. I think it was the second birthday or the first one. He never brought those gifts. So when he turned to saw that he posted about those gifts on social media, and the birthday came, he never so doesn't get say, if he brings those things, I'm going to burn them, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like I said, Tonto doesn't shy away from controversy. I call her queen of controversy. She's not afraid of trolls. So if you think you can troll her, that means you have signed a record that your name will continuously be on social media. So the point is this: I don't know for fact if she went back to court to tell the court that the orders you gave to this man has never been fulfilled. That's the part I don't know. And then Churchill coming now to say that you're damaging my reputation. If you don't retract within 24 hours, we are going to take legal action. You're shaking the wrong person. If Tonto didn't have evidences, she will not be talking. If she doesn't have
but
records, she will
still,
not
I
be
think
talking.
it's still first, it's still the right thing to do for him to at least go to court. Everybody cannot be controversial like Tonto Dike.
Yeah.
Everybody cannot be as controversial as Tonto Dike. Tonto is the even in the Nollywood industry. She likes drama. So all this she's doing, the right thing Churchill did is to go to court and ask her to retrace her step and stop all this, then tender an apology. Of course, we know Tonto Dike will not do that. She will not do that. I still do not think Tonto Dike went to court to tell them that, oh, this guy that you asked to be paying child support and all that has refused, because we haven't seen anything of such on the internet,
And
because
then
everything
again,
she does, of course, is on social
likewise
media.
with the ex, the Churchill himself, when he said Tonto is refusing me access to my child, did he go back to the court? Do you
Like
get
he
what we're
said,
saying?
he was saying, well, he decided to
Because
let
he
her,
knows that the boy will
be
grow
with
up
the
and
boy.
come and look for him. That's the pomposity and the rudeness of majority of our Niger slash African men. Is this he will grow up, she will grow up, and she will look for me. Do you understand? So it makes them to get away with a whole lot because nothing stops him from going to court. And they can give split 50-50. If he decides, okay, my child is going to be in Lagos during my own time when we are together, okay, then when it's Tonto's week or Tonto's month, the child will be in Abuja. Tonto cannot say no to the court.
You see, Tonto Dike is not the kind of woman that would do that or that would want Churchill to be in the life of that boy. She's
No,
not.
that's not even what we are saying. Tonto Dike might not want Churchill in the life of the boy, but the thing is that Churchill, when Tonto Dike prevented him from having access to the child, did he go back to court just like he's doing now, seeking for redress? Because the court would have mandated Tonto on the conditions so that the husband, or rather the ex, will have access to the boy. But I don't want to
I
believe.
don't know how true this is because there was a place Tonto Dike was saying that Churchill claimed that the court gave him custody of the child, but he decided to let her have the child because I mean that's one beautiful thing that happened to her, and the boy not being in her life is going to shatter her. So he decided to just let her be with the child, even though the court granted him. I don't know if it's I mean, if
No,
it's sole custody or
according to
part. But
Tonto,
Tonto Dike say, where is that done? That where is that done that court will grant you access, I mean, give you custody and you decided to let the woman have the child? That the court gave her sole custody of that child.
yeah, the church gave Tonto Dike sole custody of the child and restricted supervision when he wants to visit. So the visit is restricted. And the condition for
Yeah,
that visit is the Churchill must come with a responsible adult that Tonto Dike approves. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So if Churchill
Mm-hmm.
had made serious effort on having access to his child, he would have gotten it. You have visitation right. You never kept to it. They asked they brought the child to court. Imagine bringing a little baby to court and you did not show up. I mean, that's the height of it for me. And it's documented in the court. You did not show up. Then they now gave you restricted visitation. What Churchill would have done if he was so interested in having access to his child is to get maybe one of these Nollywood people that Tonto Dike is friendly with. That person will be on a standby. If you want to go in the month of February, you ask the person, please mark your calendar, which day is very convenient for you. I need you to accompany me to go and see my child. You get it? But I don't want to believe that he made any of those efforts. He just said that I decided to let her have the child because that was the best thing that happened to her. There is no man that wants his child in his life that would do that. No be Niger, no be man, no. The guy said, okay, even if I bring the boy now, I will be running around. He's gonna slow me down. He's going to do. He's even better off. The mother is doing this. Let the child go. When he grows up, like a trending G said, he will look for his father. That is the ideal our people want. Honestly.
But host, let me also explain something that I think some people are getting it wrong. Maybe it depends on where the person is coming from. But in Rivers State, just because you don't want to do that celebration where you have to hire canopy and invite the whole world and invite irrelevant people, doesn't mean that the list they are giving you is going to be different from the list that they're going to give a person that wants to do the big party. You're going to receive that list that they're giving, and everything that they need, you will pay. The only thing that you will not do is renting canopy for that your big event, bringing DJs, and sending invitation card to all those people just because you've decided you want to do parlor wedding. But for example, the type of wrapper that you will present, these are expensive wrappers. It's not only George that George, or well, like you say, you go and cut 500 naira George. We're talking about Rivers State. One thing they don't joke with is what they wear. The beads you will present, they have people that will investigate and check it. If you check the kind of beads that they will use, those beads that when you put it on the neck, the brides are crying. It's so heavy. And they cost a lot. So there are so many things you have to bring. So if you're not going to go to the market by yourself, you have to bring it cash. And they're going to be there.
Okay, trending G. So you think whatever that would have been on that list would have been more than 10 million?
Maybe not.
Thank you. You know why I'm saying that?
Maybe not.
If it's 10 million, that means in River State, they will have 1,000,010 single women because the bride price will not be affordable for Nigerian men.
But that's not the bride price. The bride price is cheap. The bride price is not expensive. It's the other things you have to do. The bride price is the money that goes to your father.
That's what the other
And
that one. Just I want to ask: Is this compulsory? Is it compulsory of every groom marrying from that side? Is it something that is compulsory? Do they not have ordinary men who get married to ordinary women?
Tonto Dike is an Ikwere girl. So upland, me, I'm the water side. So we that were even the water side is even more expensive. But different family request different things. Like my father, when the list came in, I told him, I said, some of these things here doesn't make sense. So we're slashing this list. He was like, yes. And he started, this is not necessary. It's not necessary. And they attacked him. And he said, okay, if you people want all these things, I'm going to pay for it. But I don't want my in-laws to feel like I'm selling my child. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. It depends on the family. So for example, if the bride price, I think it's less than 100,000 in some places, the bride price. So that's the money that goes to your father. But the money that those community, the elder, and the drinks and all of that goes to the community, you must pay. Even if you know zero to carry your wife, come out now, you sabi. So all those things you have to pay. And some people can charge up to 300,000 for just that bride price. Some people can say 500. Meanwhile, the main traditionally is less than 100,000 naira.
Yeah, no matter how we look at it, I don't want to believe that the whole thing, including the beats, including the judge, the acquainted judge, and whatever it is that are going to buy, will amount to 10 million. If you look at it in the events of traditional marriage and all of that, most of the bulk of the money goes to food items. When I mean food items, especially when you're throwing a party for 500 people, you're buying like 5 cows. A price of cow, 2-3 cows, you're already talking about 3 million naira. You understand? But I don't know the cost of whatever and what Tonto Dike was listing. I watched those her videos 7 years ago. I don't have that time to come and devote my 1 hour to be watching her video, because to me, all this drama right now that they are revisiting is very unnecessary. What they should be thinking about is the well-being of their child and how they are going to raise their child well. And if Tonto is solely fighting for the fact that I want this man to get it right, for the fact that you had a baby with somebody does not mean you're going to run away from your responsibility. I will support her 110% on that, because our men need to change their mentality. You can't just do something and forget about it and wait for the person to be 18 years old and start looking for you. That has to stop. Because I know a lot of people that has affected their life today. A lot of people, the same method. Toasting Silver, the popular influencer on Instagram, he talked about his own experience. Him and his siblings, 3 of them, it was their mother that raised them. At some point, they couldn't afford to go to school because they did not have tuition. Their mother would lock them in the house because she didn't want the neighbors to know that they have not paid school fees. And then this man came back to their lives 15 years after, and they welcomed him. Then under that comment section, one other woman said, my father abandoned me, my mother raised all of us, and now we are taking care of him in old age. So there are things that our people do and get away with it, and they continue to do it because people are not speaking about it more often. People are not saying it's wrong. They should take responsibility. One thing is to get a woman pregnant. Another thing is the child coming out and you being a man and being a father. When you're not ready to be a man and be a father, then don't get into intimacy with a woman.
Host, like you said, if that is what she's fighting for, fine. But we can see that this isn't what she's fighting for. This isn't her cause. What she's fighting for is something different. She just wants to drag Churchill, not because she wants to stand for women or use this as a medium to get to other deadbeat dads. No. She's doing this because she just wants to trend. She likes that controversy. And she's still bitter. She's hurt.
Because love can
whether we like it or not, Tonto Dike hasn't healed. That is how she dragged Bokbogiri. That is how she dragged Bokbogiri. Every man in her life, she likes dragging them.
But the thing is, she's meeting the very wrong people too. Who records a conversation you're having with your girlfriend? Imagine that, like the one that Churchill later posted where she was saying she would have buyed him, you know.
No, that was Pokpokri's
That's what I'm
conversation.
saying. Now that's what I'm saying. That what kind of boyfriend records a conversation that somebody's having with you? Just that you people are not even quarreling yet, oh. Already you're keeping evidence.
I
They
don't
are very
know.
petty
I
people
don't
if you
Just
look
know.
like
at
she
them.
herself has been keeping.
Yeah.
Just like she herself has been keeping for 7 years.
Once beaten, twice
Hmm?
shy.
See, ladies, like Spicy said, Tonto is yet to heal, and it's until she heals that's when she'll have closure. And like I said, messy divorce. Once a divorce is so messy, it doesn't end anytime soon. It's going to drag. We are talking about this 7 years after. We're going to talk about it next year. We're going to talk about it when the boy turns 15. Unless if Churchill backs down and stops celebrating this boy on social media platform, then Tonto will rest. And again, the only way they can be able to have anything civil as adults, if they have a mediator, between them. Let someone that love them so much mediate for them. I guess President Obasanjo will say all these useless people. I don't have time for this. And I'm talking about the nation. These people are talking about love that went south. They should figure out who they both listen to, who they both respect, so that they can be able to listen to that person privately and then together on a round table to figure out how they are going to make best with what they have working. And for what's his name, Churchill. If Churchill hasn't been a father, Churchill wake up and be a father. Don't give excuses. She doesn't want me to see a child. Did you go back to the court to report that she never allowed you access to your child? No. You just went to because you want to start your new family and then move on with your life. That is not where a responsible person should do. If the court gave an order and she did not obey the court order, you go back and go back court and sue again. Then by the time you're getting back to court, she will be what? She will be what? Penalized for failing the court order in the first place. You don't just sit comfortable because you have a beautiful wife now and you're having your own family. Forget the fact that you have someone out there that will need to play football with you as a father, to crack jokes with you as a father. And I don't get it. There is no reason or excuse whatsoever. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about what happened to a woman. A woman had a divorce. They took away. They like Igbo people. They ripped her of her kids. The second child, the second child was a few months old. They took those children from this woman. She cried for over 7 years. For over 7 years, she never got into any relationship with any man because she doesn't trust. She never trusted any man at the time. She would remain single, begging God for one day that she will have access to her children. And when that time came, she got her. She will go to the school where her children, were. She will stand at the gates to see them because there is a standing order. Do not let this person come in. So people have gone through a lot of things, and it depends on the way you want to channel your anger. But that woman in question, did she fight this man? No. Eventually, when she took her kids, the man never bothered. When the second one was about 7, the first one was about 10 or 11, it was 10. The man never asked about those children for until they were 30. The man never did. And even when they were not, when the first one was about 27, getting married, the man never asked about them. This woman raised her children, sent them overseas to do their programs. And then when it was time to get married, they had to do what? Igbo culture, get back to the father. The kids they don't, till date, they don't have any relationship with the man. As far as they are concerned, is not their father. So men should stop it because in old age, it's going to hurt so deeply. The man is growing old now. He's in his 60s, but he has no children. Why he has children? So people should stop it. It might work well. Did he remarry? He remarried and did the same thing he did to the first wife, to the second one. The second one was not as cool as the first one. The second one ganged up with his brothers and cousins. They came and beat the man. gave him blue eye and red eye all joined together. He was in coma for 3 months in the hospital. By the time he came back, the woman had so when you look at it, the first one walked away quietly, no noise. He married the second one and even wanted to make the second one to be like the first one, sent the second one back to school. They studied the same course the first one studied and all of that. But he kept on doing that. This man has more than 5 children, but he has no single child. So men should wake up. Men should really wake up. He's in his 60s. No child is checking on you. Daddy, how are you doing today? Daddy, are you coming over to visit me? Daddy, are you doing this? And the kids, are they all responsible? Yes. Do they have father biologically? Yes. Or you can call sperm donor? Yes. Was the man legally married to the wives? Yes. Everything done in full, both church, court, and traditionally. But does he have a child? No. So that is the culture. And that is the situation for most people. So people should stop. And for Tonto, if Tonto is fighting a just cause to make this man realize that you have responsibilities, like I said, I'm going to support him. But she's being petty with it. You just want to drag, get busy on your channel. No, it doesn't make sense. If you don't want this man to have access to your children, categorically say that you shouldn't even bother. We are not expecting. My child will never go hungry. And the man, if you're claiming you want to have access to your children, but you're being denied access, you have, just the way you wrote this letter, asking her to cease and desist, you have to write the letter to the court. Let her obey the court order. We saw how he played that with Precious and Fani Kayode. We saw it. That's how women are treated most times. So I don't know. I really don't know what they both stand to gain, but is Tonto frightened? No way. Tonto is not frightened. That I can say for sure. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Rose is laughing out so loud. Thank you guys. Z-Berry, thank you for joining me. Beauty by NJ, thank you guys for joining me. I did not forget to welcome you guys, but we're busy having this conversation. I appreciate all of you for being here. Estelle family, thank you for being here. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys. And Spicy, I know you have a program coming up soon. I'll be asking for your final notes so you can head out to go get ready. And I'll be running up in the next 30 minutes as well. What do you think? Do you think this is the right direction for Churchill to have instituted a legal concern about Tonto Dike?
Yeah, I think this is the right thing for him to do as a man. He can't be on social media just like he started, bantering words like a market woman with a woman loves controversy on social media. And he has his family right now. He has a son and he has a wife. And he's careful with what he puts out there. So he doesn't also want to drag his family, his new family, into all this mess. So I think the best thing is for them to handle it legally. And once it's in court, the truth will come out. We'll know if Churchill has been denied access, if he's been denied any being responsible to the child, and if Tonto Dike is equally telling the truth. The whole thing is going to come out soon. Of course, their lawyers are going to write, and we're going to see that. And as for Tonto Dike, this woman never listens. She's mature, but I can't call her smart. She might be making money, okay? But I can't call her smart because this isn't the first time. Like every guy she comes across, she must have issues with the guy. So even in the industry, people are afraid. They're scared of calling Tonto Dike to come act. She used to be a fantastic actor until she started all these controversial things on social media. So even producers are avoiding her. Nobody wants to get dragged on social media because this is what Tonto Dike enjoys doing. So she needs to take time out. Man, you've got a career, you've got a political career going for you. All of a sudden you killed it because it's not really trending like controversy. I hope she remembers that she has a son who is growing up so fast, and eventually he will see some of these things on social media. And finally, I want to say that there's really no need for bringing out how much you paid, because the last time I checked, Churchill didn't beg you to pay his flight ticket. Churchill didn't beg you to feed the community. Churchill didn't beg you to spend your money. You only said, go ahead. You keep telling him what you want to do. And let me tell you, let's be sincere. If you're having a traditional marriage, it's your wedding. Wedding is for both parties, not just for a man, and it's not just for a woman. And the guy is saying, go ahead and spend. Go ahead. You want to ask, why didn't you want to marry me if you want me to spend my money? If you're not ready, then back out. There are a lot of guys who will be interested, in this woman. So she wanted this and more. So coming out to drag the guy now that you married him, another man paid for the hotel bill, you were okay with it. You were flowing with it. He never forced you. Neither did he steal from you. You contributed your quota as a woman.
She was flowing because she thought it was Obasanjo's son, so she would get the connection. That would have been a good compensation for all the money she spent.
You will make heaven. You will make heaven. Unfortunately, the guy no be Obasanjo pikin. Unfortunately, so she felt like this is a scam. Then I saying this on a Yahoo get jam Yahoo Plus guy. Hey, both of them so just move on, baby. Have the money. Move on. Forget all these things. They know they help your beauty. Man, she need to chill. She's already sounding so annoying on social media with I fed him, I fed his family, I fed his mother, I fed his entire community. In fact, I would want to send him to heaven. Doesn't make any sense anymore. So I hope that she finds peace eventually when they go to court and settle this whole thing out. Yeah, that's just my final take on this. Thank you so much, Queen, for having me. And Trending G's, I really appreciate you, Queen. You're a great supporter. Yo, this woman here is amazing. Thank you, everyone who has been at the background watching and equally contributing.
All right, thank you so much. Spice it up with Onwadia. Guys, if you don't know Spice, she's the lady with the spice when it comes to bedroom matters, relationship, and how you can keep your home so that it doesn't end up like Bobogiri or end up like Churchill and Tonto. So check her out in the next 35 minutes. She'll be live and she'll be talking about Tonto Dike as well in terms of relationship, and she'll be going details into that. So don't forget to check her out. All right, I must thank all of you immensely for joining me today. You guys have been nothing but kind with your time, because time is of essence and time is precious. Honestly speaking, what is going on with Tonto Dike? Am I going to be reading all of those? No, because you know what? I did that 7 years ago and I am done and dusted. And my aim here is to make us understand that life is simple if we understand it. Life is beautiful if we see it that way. And you, that is a woman watching us, you are worthy, you are appreciated, you are loved. If you first of all understand that you need to love yourself for you to be able to give love. Is Tonto hurting? She's still hurting, obviously. For how long are you going to hurt over a relationship that went south? I don't know. Secondly, after this so-called man, you've been in another relationship with Bobogiri. How did he end? Similar way. I think they're beginning to look at pattern here, and that's what court is going to look at. If any fresh case goes to the court right now, they are going to be looking at pattern that Tonto Dike deals with the exes. They're going to consider that when they want to evaluate her character, because they're going to evaluate her character at the dock. So that will be a time for you to start taking a chill pill and then relax. Is your ex not being in the life of your son a good thing? No. But I want to believe you're not the one restricting him. Because like you guys said, bride price was paid, marriage happened. It wasn't a love affair that went wrong and you don't want the ex anymore. For the fact there was a marriage, you understand, the man's supposed to be in the life of that child. If he was the fact that you got pregnant for him and he walked away and he's not interested, I will tell you, raise your child and teach the child the very best things about life and how to be kind even to those that hate him or her. But the case is different for you, Tonto Dike. Bride price was paid in as much as you gave the money, which I believe is the wrongest move any woman should make. What do you even think about that bride price Trending gist? What do you think about it?
If we have to talk about the bride price, we're just going to say Tonto Dike married herself. He didn't marry her, so the dragging at this point should stop, because I feel like even if you want to do everything, pay for canopy, food, and all of that, that's that particular bride price. Let that money come out from his
From
pocket to your father's pocket. I don't care if he's an orange seller on the street. If he needs to work for 10 years, then do that. But let that particular coin, let it come out from his own pocket. But now that you pulled out that money from your own pocket, it only says, and I'm saying traditionally, you married yourself. And
yeah,
if the family knew that you were bringing that money from your pocket, I don't think her father would have accepted it. He would have told her that that is not the right thing to do. No
absolutely.
place in Nigeria will accept that kind of thing. And she did it. So he's really a sperm donor, because they didn't do what they were supposed to do, except they went to court and they did court, of which we didn't hear any of that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
So it's only
But
traditional they did.
do you think that now that everything is in the open, that she sponsored the marriage, she paid her own bride price, do you think there is any impact on that, on the community? Are they still going to consider that marriage as valid?
I don't think so. But who would, That's something he should have done, but you did it yourself. You've spoken about it. Now you've made your own family look somehow also, for the father accepting that money, thinking it was coming from him. He was all relaxed, like, okay, do what you're gonna do. When I come back, no. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, even if you're in Australia, US, wherever, you can transfer money to somebody's account. If
Yeah.
you cannot find somebody, you can actually call somebody in Nigeria, say, please, do you know anybody in the US? So you help me put money in that person's account, and I will give the person in the US. Yeah, when the person is coming to Nigeria, let the person give you. And we're not
Mhm.
even talking about 1904, that we didn't have phone and all of that. We're talking
Mm.
about now that online transfer and all those. So I don't even know what excuse he would have been given that he could not send money from Ghana. Where was he? Was it not Ghana to
Yeah.
Nigeria? When people are sending money from US, sending cars from US, and the rest of Canada and the other parts of the world, you're still in the continent of Africa and you're saying, pay, I will pay you back.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't make any sense. And don't you have friends in the country that you can call at least, that you say, oh boy, can you pull out 1 million naira from your account and give to my fiance? As I come in
Mhm.
next week, I'll reimburse you. And that friend of
Mm.
yours, knowing fully well that you're a talk and do person, would do it. So there was no excuse for Churchill not to pay. So Tonto Dike married herself. She should see that it is her responsibility to take care of the son. She made the mistake. That's it. And she made another mistake with Popo Gray again, telling him, don't let this guy take care of this child if I pass on.
Imagine.
That's his
Imagine.
blood.
That one alone will mess her up big time in the courts.
Yeah.
Honestly. Look at what Rose wrote here. Rose said, yes, it's still considered as married because it actually took place no matter where the money came from. You see? So they were still legally married, whether she paid the bride price or the money came from the man. So you know why I asked that question? When she started making the laying the statement that after all I paid the bride price, my child is not gonna answer your name anymore. That the child is now King Andre Dike. So she went on to change the name, saying that he's not gonna answer Churchill anymore. After all, I paid the bride price. What Rose said here is actually true because people gathered. There were witnesses to that marriage. So that marriage is still valid. And Tonto has no legal right whatsoever to automatically change the son's name. And that's the part she's not getting. Even after doing that on the social media, which that's the impression she gave, we don't know if he was actually affected in the document. There was this document Churchill shared that the US has the child's passport on alert. If anybody is trying to make anything like procure a visa or anything, they are going to notify the father that this particular passport number is seeking for a visa application in so embassy and in so place. You understand? So based on that, Tonto cannot freely take her child on vacation. And Tonto even said that you are very, referring to her ex, that he's a very mean person, blah, blah, blah. And that's why he has refused the son to travel out on vacation. And he was busy taking his new child and wife on vacation. You can see they still need to talk. No matter how angry Tonto Dike gets, she still needs to have a conversation with this man. So you can be able to retrieve your child's document and be able to go on vacations with your child. Your child cannot continue to live like this because two adults in question cannot have an understanding between them. All right. Rose said that made the man look like a way very desperate, and that makes her look like a very desperate woman. Absolutely. It's only a desperate woman that wants to marry somebody that will use her money to pay bride price. Period. Even
But
if you're
host,
doing
let me quickly say this about what Rose said. I disagree with Rose because in Africa, we believe there are certain prayers that the elders, your father, will make for you. They're going to break cola. You telling me they are breaking cola for money that came out of your pocket? Remember, even if we're going to go by the Bible, nothing has binded both of you yet. We cannot say that you're already married and you're helping your husband out. That is different because you and your husband is one. You've been bound, together in the sight of God and man. But at this point, that man and that woman, they are two people. They are not one. So the money came from Tonto's pocket, and all the prayers they prayed was on Tonto's head. Breaking cola nut on the head was on her head because it was her money. It wasn't his money.
So you mean to tell me that the traditional marriage they had was not binding on the man as well, because the money did not come from the man?
Traditionally, I don't think if we take this matter to elders, they're going to say, oh, yes, of course, except those elders that just want money. But a real traditionalist will not accept something like that. Because if you remember, there are certain meetings that they even hold that even the mother of the person is not allowed there. It's just the father and his male family members that will discuss certain things. And you as the woman, you're putting your hand in your pocket in Africa that they don't even respect our opinion.
Anyway, that is left for the River State people, where Tonto is from, to determine if the marriage was still binding as of the time before they had a divorce. But anyway, in any way we look at it, they are no longer legally married because they've gone to court to dissolve the marriage. So it's unfortunate that we are talking about this thing, but I want our audience to know there are lessons to learn in everybody's mistake. For the fact that this person made a mistake, you cannot exonerate yourself from that, because we are humans. It could happen to anybody. If not you, it could be somebody you know or a friend of yours. So there is always a lesson to learn in everybody's problem. Tonto Dike made a mistake, first of all, by bringing her own money to pay for her bride price. That is the wrongest move any woman on earth, especially from Africa. Don't do it. If the man has no money to pay for your dowry, let him go and source for money. When he's ready, let him come pay down. Even if you're going to contribute for the celebration, the ceremony, contribute financially. Make sure that the bride price fees, if they say it's 1 naira, make sure he produces that 1 naira. If they say it's 20, make sure it's coming from his pocket. Do not, because first of all, the moment you do that, you have reduced yourself to the barest minimum. The man will not have respect for you or even anything that you talk about, because you're the one that did what? Married yourself in his eyes. So you that is listening to us today, don't ever make that kind of mistake. So my beautiful Trendy, I don't know how to thank you, but to say God bless you real good. You have been a great support system on YouTube, Facebook, and even personally. You have kept the grind going. You are an amazing soul. You don't disappoint. You are always here to support me, always here to cheer me up, always here to encourage me. I want to especially thank you today and ask my audience, please, if you don't follow Trending G's with Octavia Cora on Facebook, do me well by following her, please. And if you're on YouTube, check out her channel. If you like trending stories, trending issues, check out her channel. You would definitely love it in her channel. All right, so trending. In a nutshell.
Oh, you don't make my head a big now. No, if you carry my head.
Uncle, why your hand? Make I turn off my heat. My place, don't they hot small. Sorry, guys. I've turned off my heat before I suffocate here. I'm feeling a lot better now. So, Trending G's in a nutshell. Thank you for being here, Style TV, Family TV. In a nutshell, what do you think about this whole thing Tonto Dike is revisiting? 7 years ago, these things happened. Now she's revisiting it. What do you have to say? And also, I want you to put into perspective Cora Obidi's messy divorce. Do you think this kind of a thing might happen to Cora in the future, or do you think their part is separately different?
I think their part is kind of different because looking at Cora Obidi, I don't see Cora Obidi giving us that vibe of I want to roll with certain class, I want to roll with certain class. Yet, maybe she will get there later. But one thing that I notice about a lot of the Nollywood people is that they want to have certain level of people because they feel like, because I'm an actress, I'm a public figure, I cannot roll with just a normal person. We're not even talking about somebody that is not even wealth, but they need certain kind of people with certain type of connection that will elevate them. You get? So that's the reason why somebody like Tonto Dike did not even do simple investigation to find out that Churchill was not Mr. Obasanjo's, ex-president's child. But she wanted that high connection going from Nollywood to rolling with ex-presidents and all of that and what comes with it. So she overlooked a lot of things that Churchill might have been doing that would have been red flag. So I think any woman out there should watch out. People should not be rolling with class when you're thinking about you getting married. That high class thing, it will work. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, just move with what God has given you. There's a man for everybody, out there. So don't go aiming for the big one. That's where Tonto made the mistake. Aiming for the big one and missing all the red flags. That's how I'm gonna just put it first.
All right. Thank you so much, amazing soul. God bless you for your contribution today. And to everyone listening to us, you've heard it all. We've aired our opinions here, we've aired our minds. And for everybody that came to support today's live stream, thank you so, so much. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, okay? So I'll be saying in summary for today, we talked about Tonto Dike's ex, Churchill, dragging Tonto Dike to the courts. Yeah, because he's feeling that that his reputation is being damaged by his ex and all of that. And in terms of Cora, if they continue with 50-50 custody, they're not going to have this problem. And secondly, they live in a very civilized country that the rule of law is obeyed. So nobody will want to mess up with the rule of law. So if the court say this is what you're supposed to do, you follow it in total. If not, you go in for it. If you guys know what I'm saying, the court say that the kids will never feature again on all their social media platforms. Have any of you seen the pictures of
Oh,
the
sorry,
kids?
let me step down. I better go fix dinner.
All right, thank you so
Okay,
much.
I'll be in the comment section. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you. So, guys, you can see Justin and Cora Obidi, they are obeying that court order saying that the kids should not appear on their social media platform because of what? The respect to the rule of law, which is not applicable or not really applicable, if I'll put it that way, because a lot of them in the past have shown us that they don't respect the rule of law, including the president of the country, Nigeria. All right. So please, if you're a woman out there or a man out there listening to our conversation today, and you feel that the marriage is no longer working, is that it has broken down irretrievably, you cannot be able to work together, irreconcilable differences, whereby you guys cannot reconcile again, and you want to get a divorce, please make it, make it to be civil. Don't get into messy divorce that will drag and drag. And if you have a child in the mix, the name of the child will continue to be dragged. Don't get in there. If you think it's not working, walk away nicely, go to court, get a divorce, and move on with your lives. There is no point of going back and forth with your ex. It doesn't sound sweet. And for Tonto Dike, I think if you have any redress, you know the law court to go to. So coming to social media to air your dirty linens is actually not appropriate. If you think there is something Churchill is doing, go seek redress in the court of law. And we're a very brilliant woman, so do the needful. And for Churchill, if you were that man that did not bother to make extra effort in having access to your child, you failed it. You could have gone back to court to seek a redress and the court would have addressed it. Tonto Dike is not like the politicians of Faneka Yode that will defy court orders. She would have obeyed. So why am I saying all of this? If you're a man there, you have a legal marriage with a woman, you want to have access to your children, or if you're a woman there, you want to have access to your children and you're being deprived, go to court and seek for a redress. Tonto Dike's case is not the story of a lover that got her pregnant. It's a marriage that happened. So please, find it in your heart and seek for redress. Get on a conference table with this man and you guys should talk about it. Because you know what? He will continue to celebrate his son. And there is nothing you can do about that. The court will not tell him to stop. The only thing you need to know is how to look and pass. Walk past those things. They don't mean anything. They don't want it. Your sanity is important. Very important. And also the evidences you release, especially the one where we are crying on the phone, begging Pukuri not to let this man have access to your child, is not a good one when you go to the court. It's not. It's not. So if you're watching me today, if you join me today, God bless you real good. And let's see how this thing plays out, because Tonto Dike is not backing down. Like I gave her a title here in my live stream, she's Queen of Controversy. They are going to continue to go head to head until they see themselves in the courtroom and be able to iron it out amicably. I wish them all the very best. And please, they both should remember that a child is in the midst. And at the end of the day, the child is going to have access to all this information they are throwing online. And it's not looking good for their child. That is, they're giving room for bullies to bully their kids at school, at playgrounds, or wherever they have little access to talk to their child when they are not around. And remember, you can never be around your children all the time. I've been spending this time with you guys, 1 hour, 41 minutes, all alone. I don't have my kids here. They're in school. I don't know what they're facing at school. So please, create an atmosphere that will be very, very good for your child, your children, and your own sanity. There is no joy or happiness derived from controversy. No. So, Tonto, there is no point going back and forth with your ex. If you guys think there is something you guys need to address, go to the court and get a redress. All right, until I see you guys in my next live stream, do remember, you woman watching me today, you are beautiful. Yeah, I said so. You're appreciated. I said so. And do what? Be kind to yourself. Because until you're kind enough to yourself, you don't know what it is to show kindness. And love and appreciate yourself enough to be able to give love. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't have love deep down in your heart, you will not understand what it is to love. So do me a favor and do yourself a greater favor by loving yourself, by appreciating yourself and taking good care of yourself. So until I see you guys on my next live stream, don't forget to do what? Follow me on Facebook. Don't forget to share this live stream. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. Another thing I want to say before I sign out, I start going live evening my time around 7:30 p.m. US Central Time. I'll be talking on Facebook only. So yesterday was fun. I was glad to meet my followers one-on-one. So if you want to catch up with me, check me out every evening on Facebook only. Okay? Until I see you guys on my next stream, kindness is a muscle. Get one.